Okay, let's continue exercise 1-1 and let's go to part 2. They say find the missing numbers in these questions. Like we say 7.2 multiplied by 100. Remember, I say when you multiply by 100, you remove the decimal point 2 places to the right. Decimal point is here, move it 2 places. Like 1, you don't have another place. Put 0, as we mentioned before. This number here, it is 0.75. 0.75. You multiply by 100. When you multiply by 100, you move this decimal point from here. You count 2 places, 1, 2, and you put the decimal point. But we don't have a number after that to write, so you don't put the decimal point. And this 0, you don't need it anymore. It's just the answer will be 75. Look at the question after. Now you're multiplying by 10. Decimal point jump 1 place to the right. So it's going to be 42.8. Remember, it was like 4.28. This decimal point you move it from here, it jumps 1 place. It's going to be a real place here. It's going to be 42.8. Let's go to question number D. This here number we divide by 1,000. Like it is 270. We divide by 100, sorry. It's by 100. When we divide by 100, we cancel 2 zeros. But here we have only 1 0. What can we do? Don't worry. We just take the 0 out and you don't have another number. So put decimal point after 1 digit. When you divide by 100, you cancel 2 zeros. You don't have 2 zeros. You put decimal point after 2 digits. You have 1 0. You take the 1 0 out and you put decimal point after 1 digit because it was like 270. We divide by 100. We say we cancel 2 zeros. Cancel this 0. I don't have another 0 to cancel, mister. No problem. Count 1 place and put the decimal point. Let's go to question number A. We have got 151 divided by 100. 151 divided by 100. Here, I don't have zeros to cancel at all. So no problem. Count 1, 2, and put a decimal point. It will be 1.51. This number here we divide by 10. It is 6.6. And they ask you to divide it by 10. When they ask you to divide this number by 10, when we divide by 10, we cancel 0. We don't have 0 to cancel. Do we have a decimal point? Yes, we have a decimal point. It's here. If the number was 66 and they ask you to divide it by 10, you put decimal point after 1 digit. But it is 6.6. Then you move the decimal point from here. You count 1 place to the left, 1, and you put your decimal point. Then, to make your decimal clear, please put 0 here. Please put a 0 here. The 0 is actually like just is for, like you could say, decorations to keep the number like whole number and the decimal part is so clear. Okay? That's all. Let's go to question number 12. They ask you draw a ring around the odd one out. Okay, before you draw a ring around odd one out, you need to understand what each one of them is equals to. Before we do this, I just want you to remember one thing. If you find, like we say 74, and we say 10, so it's S, this means is 74 multiplied by 10, and that's equal to 740. But if you find the same 74, but I say 10th with the THS, tenths, like that, it means what? This means 74 divided by 10. And when you divide 74 by 10, you put the decimal point after 1 digit. It's going to be 7.4. The same thing for hundreds, the same thing for thousands. When we say hundreds, like if we say like 13 or 132, and I said hundreds, like that. This is mean like the 132, you multiply by 100. And this is equal 132, and you put the 2 zeros. The same idea, when we have 132, but we say hundreds with the THS, hundreds with the THS. This is mean like you divide by 100, 132 divided by 100. And when you divide this number by 100, remember, like when you divide by 100, you put the decimal point after 2 digits. You count like your 2 digits, 132. You count 1, 2, and you put your decimal point here. It's going to be 1.32. The same thing for the thousand and thousands. So here, when I say this number, like I said, like what? 368.4, it is tenths with the GHS. That is mean is divided by 10. So you say 368.4 divided by 10. And when we divide by 10, decimal point jump one place to the left. So it will be 36.84 or 36.84. This number here, you don't need to do anything because there is nothing mentioned. They just say 368.4. Nothing mentioned, so nothing to do. This one here, they say what? 3,684 hundredths. When I say hundreds with the THS, it means the 3,684 you divide it by 100. And when you divide by 100, you put the decimal point after two digits. So it's going to be 36.84. Not to mix up, okay? Like the two digits, you count from right, you go to left, like 1, 2, and you put your decimal point. This one, nothing mentioned. They say 36.84, nothing mentioned. So leave it. It's like that. Let's go to the last one here. They say 368. They say tenths with a TH. That's mean divided by 10. And like plus 4 hundredths with a THS. That's mean 4 divided by 100. Let's go for each one of them. This one, it means 36.8 because we put decimal point after one digits. Plus 4 hundredths. 4 hundredths, we put decimal point after two digits. Like we don't have two digits. Like I have only one digit. Then put 0 and count it 2. Then put decimal point and you put the 0. Here I said this is just for making it so clear. Like you have only 4. Count 1, you don't have a number, put 0 and then put the decimal point. Then when you'd like to add those numbers together, they will give you what? They will give you 36.84. If you don't know how to add them like that, you can go and add them as we add decimal, like 36.8. And this is 0.04. Put the decimal point in the same column and then say 0.4. Okay, then you have no number here, you can put 0. And then add them. 0 plus 4 is 4, 8 plus 0 is 8. Put your decimal point, and then 6 plus 0 is 6, and this is 3. So how this your number is going to be look like? This is 3. This is how your number is going to be look like. It is 36.84. So now if you look at our question, we find this one is 36.84. This is not. This is 36.84. This is 6.84. This is 6.44. So the odd one out, they say drawing or the odd one out. I find now the odd one out is only this one because it is the only one 368.4. Explain your answer. I said because all of them equals all of them equal to 36.84. Okay. But, or sorry, you could say the odd one is 368.4 because all the others equal to 36.8. And that's it. Let's go to 13. They say write down the value of the digit 3 in each of these numbers. This one, the value of digit 3 here is what? It is 3 tenths. Spelled by tenth because it's the first digit after the decimal point. This number 84.03. You can write your numbers in digits to help you, like 84.03. Then you look at the 3 is the second digit after decimal point. See, it is 3 hundredths with a TH. They say Aaron has these coins, 2, 3, 5, and decimal point. Write all the number that he can make between 0 and 40 using all the coins. No problem. Let's start from the smallest number he can make. Like it starts from 2.35. and then the same 2.53. Then you go to 3.25. Then 3.52. Then 5.23. Then 5.32. Then 23.5. Then 25.3. Then 32.5. Then 35.2. You cannot make any other number because if you say 53 or anything, that cannot be. So these are the numbers that you can make. Let's go to here. They say write the missing numbers. I've told you before. Like they say number multiplied 0.6 is equal to 6. What happened? This decimal point moved out. Like you could see this number. What is it? Actually, this number, it is 10. Because when you multiply 10 by 0.6, like imagine like you're multiplying 10, multiply 0.6. What is going to happen for the decimal point? The decimal point, it is 0.6. When you multiply, this decimal point is going to move from here one place here. And when you move it here, there is nothing number. So you don't put decimal point. It's going to be 0.6. And 0.6, it means 6. So this number is 10. This number, like 103 divided number, is equal to 1.03. What happened? We put decimal point after 2 digits. When you put decimal point after 2 digits, it means this number is 100. That's why you put decimal point after 2 digits. This number, there is 1 and 3 after the decimal point, and there are 2 digits. Then those 2 digits removed out, the decimal point removed out. When you remove a decimal point out of 2 digits, that means you multiply it by 100. Let's see here, this is 76. Divide a number equals 7.6. We put number after 1 digit. That is mean it's 10 because we put number after 1 digit. This number, it is what? It is 4.1. And then you multiply by a number, it becomes 410. What happened? They move 1 digit and they put 0. That is mean it's 100. This number here, it is 0.09. Multiply number is equal to 9. There is 2 digits after decimal point, and we remove them. When you remove 2 digits, that means also you multiply by 100. And that's how you should understand things. Like look for your number, 1 digit after decimal point, no decimal. So it's 10 because 1 digit, because we say remove the decimal point according to number of zeros. 1 digit after decimal point, and decimal point is gone out. That means 10. Here, 103, they put decimal point after 2 digits. That means what? 100. They divide by 100 because 2 digits. Here, there are 2 digits after decimal point, and we move the decimal point out. That means 100. Here, there's only 1 digit after decimal point. It wasn't like it was 76. We put decimal point after 1 digit. That means 10. Here, there's what? There's 4.1. There's only 1 digit after decimal point. I find the decimal point moved, and there is extra 0 there. So that means 100. They multiply by 10, you move the decimal point out, they multiply by other 10, there will be 10 here. This one is 0.09. There is 2 digits after decimal point. And the decimal point moved out. That is mean you multiply by 100. Let's continue. They say, look at this number line. Write the number line that goes in the box. This number, like you should just go the 3, the 3.1, the 3.2, the 3.3, 3.4, 3.5, 3.6, 3.7, 3.8, 3.9. So this number, it is 3.9. They say Heidi makes cakes for a snack bar. The cost is $1.50. Make 1 chocolate cake. How much does it to make 100? To make 100 cakes, to make 1 is 1.5. So to make 100, I should multiply this by 100. It is 1.5, or you could say 1.50. It doesn't make difference. When you multiply by 100, you move the decimal point 2 places. Like it's going to be $150. $50. This is how you do it. This one, they say it costs $19 to make 100 small cakes. This to make 100. Then how much does it to make 10? Like to make 100, it is 19. To make 10, like 100 divided 10 is equal 10. That is why you divide the 19 by what? You divide it by 10. And 19 divided 10 is equal to 1.9. That is mean the cost is just 1.9. Other people they say, Mr. Yes, like this is the cost of the cost of 100 cakes is equal this one. The cost of one cake is going to be what we divide by 100. You say 19 divide 100, and that's equal to 0.19. And we need, this is for 1. If you need for 10, you multiply 1 for 10. It means 0.19 you multiply by 10. And we'll give you the same answer. You put the decimal point one place, it's going to be 1.9. And it's going to be $1.9. Question C, they say it costs 0.75 to make a sponge cake. How much does it take to make 100 sponge cake? To make 100 sponge cake, you need to see, we make one with 0.75. To make 100, you multiply by 100. And that's equal, you remove the two decimal places out, it's going to be 75. That is mean the cost is $75. Aaron and Marcos each write a decimal number between 0 and 1. Aaron says, my number has 9 as hundreds. And Marcos say, has only 700. So my number, it must be bigger. Is Aaron correct and why? We say what Aaron is not correct actually. Aaron is not correct. Because to compare decimal, we compare the tens first. For example, like our number, he says his 100 is 9. So it could be 0.79. The hundreds is 9. And for the other Marcus, his number, he said what? He said his hundreds is 7. It could be 0.97. Which one is bigger? 0.97. Why? Because we compare actually the tens first. Like we look 0, the whole number is 0, 0. They are equal. Then we look at the first digit of the decimal point. Here is 7 and here is 9. So the 9 is bigger. Even like if they write for you, look at this one. If I say 0.3 and I say the other number is 0.299988877, which one is bigger? Like you don't need to compare all the numbers. Just 0 is 0 is okay. This is 2, this is 3. So the 3 is bigger because this 3 is bigger than this 2. That's why this one is bigger or this number is bigger. I hope this is so clear for you. Okay, this is the end of exercise 1-1 and see you next time in exercise 2 or 1-2. And thank you. Goodbye.